Hey brown belts, we're going to be rocking through some hand techniques today. We have some new stances. In fact, we have a brand new ready stance called Ready Stance C. For Ready Stance C, your feet go together, knees are slightly bent, both hands are straight down in front, hand over hand directly in front. Make sure your left hand is the one on the outside. Things first we're going to rock through is our reverse upset punch in a back stance. So we have that nice strong back stance. It sounds similar to the reverse outside knife hand strike we learned at green belt, and that's because it is very similar. Instead of doing a knife this time, we're going to be adding in a punch. So one hand is going to reach out in front, other hand is palm down by our belt. This hand pulls in, and the other hand is going to punch straight up. And when I say punch, I mean a punch. You're not swooping, you're not swinging, doing any weird stuff. This hand comes in, and this hand is punching the bad guy right in his chin. From here, in your form, we'd have another fixed stance punch, and this next move is very, very special. It's like the only move you ever do that only has one hand moving. This hand's by my belt. It's not gonna move. We're gonna do a downward knife hand strike in a closed L stance. All our feet are doing are coming from our fixed back stance to our regular closed L stance. It's just like the closed stance, but this time we make the letter L. So we're in our back stance, we have our punch, our feet come together, and our hand is gonna swing all the way down for our downward knife hand strike. Make sure you stop at the head. You're aiming for your own nose in this one. If you chop the bad guy all the way down the middle, that's murder. You don't want to do that. Chop him right in the nose, that's perfectly fine. So you have your punch, you swing down, and that's our downward knife and our closed L stance. This next one we're going to be doing is a left hand grab. I'm going to do it from two different angles just so you can clearly see it. It's going to start from a punch. And it is a left hand grab, meaning that we actually don't have to do this one on both sides because you only have one left hand, I hope. From here, our right hand is in the front. The left hand is doing the grab, which is why it's called a left hand grab. All you're doing is taking your hand, grabbing your punch, and you're thinking of being a mime, how they do the whole pulley nonsense thing. You're imagining you're pulling your entire body to this fist. So you have your punch, you have your grab, and your whole body is moving all the way around. Your feet are shoulder width apart. It's actually called a feet shoulder width apart stance. It's a very ridiculous sounding name, but literally you're just standing here. One hand's out, the other hand's grabbing. Make sure it looks like a big box. That's why I'm doing it in two different angles so you can definitely see. You don't want to have your hands really close to your body. You want to have them nice and out, grab, and then swing so they're nice and out here, not super tight to your body. The final thing we're going to be doing is a low block, inner form block, and a closed stance. This one seems very easy, however it has a lot of moving parts that get kind of complicated if you want to do it 100% perfectly right. So, first things first, the chamber for a low block, inner form block is exactly what it sounds like. You do a low block and an inner form block. This is the chamber. This isn't actually the move, because every move has a chamber. All you're doing is switching your hands. So that was one, that was two. When we're doing your low block, inner form block, the only thing you have to worry about, whichever hand is down, that one's swinging up. When it swings up, make sure it's far away from you. Your hands have to overlap. If this hand comes in and up, you might punch yourself in the head. If you're trying to block the bad guy from punching you in the head by punching yourself in the head, that's not a really good idea. So one hand's up, one hand's down, making sure it crosses on the outside as it goes up, and that's a low block, inner form block. And then once more, outside, low block, inner form block.